Thank you, Sean, for your time. Guys, the floor is open for questions.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry about the delay, but the Wi-Fi in the hotel has been inconsistent throughout. So hopefully we'll be able to complete this presser.
Okay, go ahead with your question.
Sean, Jan,
Hi, Sean.
Okay, you go, Ken.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Jan. Hi, Sean. Thanks, Nobasi. Sean Sikambuza, not sure, starting at 8. I'm not sure if it's his first start since injury, but it was obviously a pretty serious injury. Could you just chat to us about the emotion for him? Because it's obviously been quite a long journey for him.
Yeah, Noche had a few games in the Currie Cup, obviously, and starting, and he did play a few URC games. So, the preseason really helped him a lot to get back to where he was. It's given him a lot of confidence, and the time off the bench that he's been getting, and the preseason friendlies have really helped the cause. And I just think it's good that we give him a start. Pepsi's been good for us, as we all know. But it's great that Noche can get a start. So that's a rotational switch for us.
Yanni, you can proceed with your question.
Thank you, Navash. Sean, obviously not a win, but as the Bulls proved and the occasional other team, it can happen. How important is it for you guys in terms of the bigger picture, the bigger URC picture, that you guys get a win on Saturday?
Yeah, it'll be massive for us. This group is going to be competing this competition without the box for a number of games. And this is, a big challenge for them to see where we're at as a group. We've got the 2 results that we wanted on tour so far. And obviously a result tomorrow would be massive for us. We're under no false illusions of who we're facing against, but at the same time, teams have had wins against Leinster, and we obviously had a win against Leinster at home in Durban. So, we just got to make sure that we improve in the areas that let us down in the 2 games. In the first game, attack-wise, we were really good and accurate, and that's why we were able to put on, that big lead at halftime. And then last week, our defense had improved so much, but our attack let us down. So, yeah, we're looking for an improved performance and consistency in both areas of the game, attack and defense.
Only as a follow-up, what are the big areas? I mean, we know the Irish teams play a specific way. They've got a consistency throughout. But what are the big threats that Leinster bring to the game for you guys specifically?
Yeah, it's their all-round game, funny enough. They've got a good kicking game. They force you to try and play in the wrong areas of the field. We know that they've got internationals in the team, and their attack is really dangerous, and they enjoy keeping the ball in hand. So for us, it's about, sticking to task, wearing them down, getting in behind them, and when we're behind them, playing on top of them. And any team under pressure, can falter. So a difficult team to play against. They're not the top team in Europe for the last, 5 years for nothing. So, yeah, a great challenge for us, though.
Next question. Are there any questions, guys? Further questions?
Yeah, okay, I'll go.
Go, Ken.
Sean, you're still going with Dylan Richardson and James Venter together. When you're up against a team like Leinster, which really likes to go through a lot of phases, does that make them more vulnerable to 2 open side flanks?
Not at all. I think it's a threat to them. Dylan and James get through a mountain of work. Their tackle count is high, and they're able to put pressure on the opposition breakdown. So I think it stands in good stead for us going in with 2 fetchers. And to be fair, Dylan was man of the match last week, and James hasn't been far behind. So it makes for an interesting tussle tomorrow.
Sean, sorry, Navashi. Sean, just on that, I mean, we've had this debate a bit at the Bulls as well, with Marco van Staden. Marco and Dylan very much almost like in the same physical mold, more compact and stuff. But have you been really impressed with how Dylan has upped his physical stakes, since, becoming an international and returning to you guys? Because he's pretty much as robust as a traditional blindsider nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason why we're playing him on the blind side. He is physical. His carries are really good. And he gets a lot of carries under the belt as well. Dylan has always been an all-round loose forward. I think, he's just lacked in height maybe at the line-out, but certainly his ball-carrying ability and the fact that he, is good on the ground certainly adds to his selection in the team. There was talk about Dylan moving to hooker early on, but he's comfortable on the flank and he certainly covers all areas that we need him to.
Are there any further questions, guys?
Yeah, no, sorry, just a follow-up, Sean. The makeup of the loose trio, it's been touted this week as giving you a more mobile loose forward or loose forward pack. Is that an indication of where you want to go in general, or is it just for this game?
Well, we've been playing the last two games like that, so it's horses for courses for us at the moment. I'm not saying that we'll play two fetchers going forward. We've also got Vincent Tutuka coming back from injury, who's a blindside flanker and can play 6 as well. And we've got Seo Kolisi at home. That's an open side flanker. So we just know that we need to balance our team out as far as the competition's concerned. There's a lot of rugby to be played. Come the Bulls game on the 30th of October, the Springboks will be getting ready to play Ireland, so they won't be available then. And then obviously in that fixture on the 27th of November, the Springboks will be playing England and they won't be allowed to play overseas-based players. So, we're thinking ahead as far as that's concerned, and we're just trying to give everyone as much game time as possible and balance the sheets as far as the minutes played.
And just how long before he takes to the field, and how is his progress coming along?
Yeah, so Vincent came along with us. We wanted to give him a week training with the team. He hasn't had an opportunity to train with the bigger group. So he flew over with us. He was up for selection this week, but we just feel that he needed to prepare well this week. And if we were in trouble, then we would select him if we had a late injury. But we just feel that, it'll be better for him to spend time with the team this week and be up for selection next week.
If there's no further questions, guys.
Sean, just given what you said about Leinster's attack and especially how efficient they are in that attack, is this the biggest defensive test for the Sharks? I mean, is this one of those games where, I know you want to play attacking rugby, but the focus is on defense, and if you get that right, then that's kind of your biggest chance of winning the game.
Yeah, absolutely. We know that Leinster rely on lightning quick ball to get their attack to flow and gain line. So we're going to have to put pressure on their breakdown to slow their ball down, which allows us time to be able to set early and go for them. Like any team, they do concede turnovers. So, that could be a source of possession for us if we defend well. Yes, but at the same time, obviously, just if you look back at last week, our attack needs to be more accurate at the breakdown because they have good stealers and good guys that are on the floor as well, like Josh van der Fleur, etc. I haven't seen their team yet, but, I'm quite sure it will be close to full strength.